Oh, we live. Never mind.
Uh, ladies and gentlemen, what's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy Next Gen 720, of course, and we're back with Xbox Beast Fire. Yeah, let me mute myself in the back. But oh, there we go, right here. Yeah, so let me actually mute myself. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Like I said, we're back today. You know what I mean? Yesterday I was on BGST and I just escaped with my life. You know, I was threatened with bodily harm all week. My jaw threatened to be broke. I think it's an inside job. I think the crap game was behind the death threats to my house, my family. You know what I mean? I got my wife checking the car, make sure them pipe bombs. You know what I mean? You know, they said they're gonna get me. What's up
Lord,
to everybody in the chat? You
you're
know what
so
I mean? Be sure what's up
dramatic.
to me. I didn't see it, but what's up to everybody in the chat? Thank you.
Hey, Wax is in here. Hey,
Yeah.
Jay.
As you guys join, like I said, we be so kind again. Like I said, the like button. We're gonna have a real serious conversation today about a few things. And then I'm gonna talk about other few things. Post your back post.
Bat of course. What's good,
Oh
people?
my God, lower that voice.
Let me turn my mic down.
You don't sound too loud,
Dios
unlike the last show. Let me see.
mío, te oigo,
Is, is,
cálmate.
is that me no habla español muy bien? No.
There we go. There we go.
Oh, damn, you practiced that.
All right, there we go. Okay, all right. We right. We could now we could go with some oil. Also, like I said, all week, not all week, but I've what's for the week, because this is the first time I talked about with these people here. So, but I have other things I want to talk about also. Like I said, it started off with, of course, you guys know, as you're coming in with the my video about Horizon Zero Dawn outselling Gears and Halo. You know what I mean? I heard some of the craziest shit on Twitter. Told me Z Halo sold 15 million. Like what are we doing here, right? All types of shit, right? So did the video, but I think a lot of people went by the title of the video and didn't actually listen to what I was saying in the video. Basically, what I was saying in a nutshell, if you didn't watch the episode, but basically what I was saying is that Sony and Nintendo do a great job at catering to their core audience. You know what I mean? And I said I've been very open about saying this. To me, this generation, Microsoft has been I don't know, trying to find their identity. Like they forgot what they core what they core are, and what we want and what we enjoy. Like they really hung their hat on again, play anywhere, and Windows 10. Like I said before, like I'm sorry, Sony and Nintendo guys, when they watch E3, they ain't got to worry about if this is a Windows 10 exclusive. Like they know everything they see there is coming to their platform. You know what I mean? Or they saying that on a representation of their platform. Us Xbox guys, we don't know if it was Windows 10, Windows 98, motherfucking Windows Media, you know what I mean? Windows XP, like it's crazy as hell. Like, you know what I mean? I've always said, again, it's not about PC guys. Again, it's not even a thing. It's the fact that they thought that was going to be their saving grace. And I've been said it was. People argue me down about that, but neither here or there, right? So, not how you say, I was being critical. I didn't slam them or anything like that. Very respectful. And so I did that video. People started to question my morality, you know what I mean? My integrity, you know what I mean? They said I'm not a true Xbox fan. Me, not true. Again, maybe I gave myself more credit, you know what I mean? And I'm not someone here that claims to be neutral and just slam on the Xbox. You know, that ain't even the case. Like I said, I bleed green. I got you motherfuckers saying that, right? So, besides the threats, like I don't give a fuck. I think the shit is funny. But a lot of I don't understand. Like, look, Xbox, my man, right? On BGST, he said, and some of you guys, whoever made that video of me but looking all crazy, but that was fucking classic, right? I heard some of the craziest shit yesterday on BGST. You know what I mean? Really, you know what I mean? We got my brother K Mega with the famous line, wait to E3. Bot saying they ain't got to do nothing else. Everything like this is crazy. But again, even today, and I'm gonna do a separate video about this tomorrow. But even today on Twitter. Now with me, I barely tweet any execs. I know they get 1,000 tweets a day or whatever. Like I'm not one. How you say? I'm not one to idol worship. I'm not knocking those that do, but that's never been my thing. I never really cared about who made a game and this one talks to me. I talk to a lot of developers. And probably the reason why they do talk to me or execs is that I don't treat them like celebrities. I don't care. Like I've never cared about who made a video game. I done had conversations with just about everybody. I done had conversations with Phil numerous times. Now, with that being said, he knows who I am. I know who he is. Fine. I asked like a tweet today. I know he's seen the tweet because several people retweet. I asked him today. I said, with Microsoft exclusives, like the art style, more or less, it's kind of PG-13. And I was asking him like, is Microsoft going to come with some more mature exclusives like Sony? Whether it's like whether you like the game or not. I'm just talking about even there are some, beyond Detroit to Human or No Days Gone or Spider-Man even God of War. You know what I mean? Something more mature. You know what I mean? Just the art
Spider-Man
style.
is mature.
Well, whatever. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? It ain't like a cartoon. Like, it's a difference. Even though it was shell shaded, whatever the hell the case may be, I also look like I don't know what you want to call it, like cartoonish, maybe.
Okay.
Sea of Thieves,
Mhm.
very cartoonish.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So I asked him, and of course, that tweet went unanswered, and a lot of people responded under it and said he's not going to say anything. But again, very respectful. I just want to know, like, where's the direction that Microsoft is heading? Because I've heard several things. Like I know several things. Even I watched a little video today, and I went to look for myself. Someone sent me the video where Microsoft wanted to take out the chainsaw in Gears of War. Said it was too graphic. You know what I mean? Literally. You know what I mean? Epic stuck to their gun, showed to the E3, and it was a big hit. And Bill Gates said he left it, so they left the chainsaw. They even wanted to change that. But anyway, I heard that they, turned down Heavy Rain because they didn't want to deal with a game like that with a child being killed or abducted. They didn't want to deal with that. Even Hellblade, what they went to deal with a game with like a woman having mental issues, schizophrenia. They didn't want to touch that. You know what I mean? So I'm asking, like, where is the direction that they're going? Is it they trying to go after this Nintendo crowd? Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? So, and of course, like I said, I want to get you guys' opinion. Maybe you say, "Hey, next gen, you're overreacting." Whatever the case. I guess I haven't asked you guys these questions. So, post like or J Wag. I didn't know J Wag was in here. You did?
I
You did
said
Wags?
it. You don't listen to me.
I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. Wags, you did Wags? Nope. You got his mic muted. I can't
I
hear.
think, yeah, I don't think he.
Okay. What you, Blue? You're talking. I can hear you. What do
Mhm.
you think? What is your opinion?
So, I mean, I see what you're saying about the style, right, of the games being more cartoony,
Yeah, there you go.
but what you have to realize is the fact of the matter is that I don't think most people actually care about that. And I think that if the majority of gamers are don't care about those kinds of graphics or like what engine's being used, then they're not going to make that a something that's super important, you know? They're not going to make that a priority when looking for games that are exclusives, because why would they? Because if no one cares, then what's the point, right? Um I personally don't know. I think that the stories that you mentioned, like the ones about like Heavy Rain or like, Hellblade, those kinds of stories are better. Yes, for sure, because they make for a better storyline. And it kind of sucks that, if they're staying away from that they're doing themselves a disservice. Because storylines like that are important. But at the same time, I'm noticing that there's also this sort of like pattern where they're looking for games that are not super like storyline based. It's more about the multiplayer, I don't know if you would agree with that,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah, yeah, yeah. Services type games you keep playing.
hey, Mass, hi.
What up, though?
Oh, your man's back. Okay. You hear right back. Okay.
So I don't know. I mean, personally, I'm not like there's a lot more casual gamers than there are
That I
hardcore
know.
gamers.
I won't disagree with that. But
So I feel like that's what
mhm.
they're gonna cater to. They're gonna cater to their casual fan base because like that's who plays the most.
Okay. We look at it like this one, right? If you're gonna say the casual fan base, right? Most casuals play Call of Duty, which is a mature title.
Mhm.
Most casuals play Grand Theft Auto, which is even though it's a very mature title. Um, so I don't even think it's far as the casual or the core. I just think that they don't want to touch it. Like I'll give you an example. When Sony came out there and got slammed at Gamescom for having from having the game Detroit 2 Human and no, I'm sorry, what game was Detroit 2 Human and The Last of Us 2 woman beater games, no stuff. They came out and said, you know what? This is a game made by adults for adults. I would
Mhm.
gamble bet my bottom dollar Microsoft wouldn't have said no shit. Shit would have been changed. Shit would have been censored. You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
I don't see what the big deal is. No one complains about movies being like that. No one complains about TV shows being like that. And that's what TV show right now is super popular, The Walking Dead, right? That's what's bringing in numbers. So like that show alone is about people murdering people and zombies faces coming off and things like that. Like these are for adults. Yeah. Like I don't think it's necessarily that I don't know if it's necessarily that issue itself that those games are controversial, so they don't want to touch it. If it is, then that's a problem, because I feel like they're doing themselves a disservice. Like, there's definitely, you gotta, I know that there's children that play these games, and it's gonna be harder for you if you try and do this thing where you release games that can be for children or adults, right? Like we can release like Sea of Thieves, right? A child can play it, and adults can play it without it being too much of an issue. And I don't think that that's necessarily a good way to go. Like, I think you're right. We need games that are for adults. Like, I personally think that a game like Gears of War, I mean, children play it because parents don't give a shit, but like, it's for adults. Like, the story behind that is grittier. But Sea of Thieves, I wouldn't call that gritty.
Sea of Thieves, Crackdown,
Hey,
or in the Blind Forest, cool. You know what I mean? I don't know. Post, you there, Post, or who else is in?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
I ain't having spoken. Whatever. Like, what do you think? Am I overreacting?
No. Look, man, I don't know what's going on with this community, man. It's terrible when you get to a point where you invest in the ecosystem as far as playing games, and everything is cool as long as you praising that ecosystem, right? And the minute that you find either some inconsistencies or some things that you don't like about what's going on in that ecosystem, and you voice your opinions about it, everything change. Everybody attitudes change and things like that. That's crazy. I will never understand that. Look, Microsoft does do some good things. Microsoft also does bad things. We can't always praise Microsoft for the good things that they do and then negate the bad things that they do. If we're going to talk about the good things, we have to talk about the bad things, because they come with each other, the good with the bad. Now, my man, Next Gen, voiced his opinion about something that he loves, and everybody is coming down on him. Yes, I am concerned about the direction that Microsoft is going in. Look, the average gamer is age 35. You know what I'm saying? 72% of gamers are either 18 years or older, okay? I'm very concerned with a company that feels the need as though they need to censor something to an adult in regards to whether it's Heavy Rain or whether it's Hellblade. If I don't find violence in a game, I can find it in a movie. If I can't find it in a movie, I can find it on social media. If I can't find it on social media, I can find it on YouTube, in books, in audio, in every facet of my life. Entertainment, you can find violence in. In this case, stories like Heavy Rain and Hellblade, I know people who have experienced those type of things. I know people who have dealt with and still deal with mental deficiencies, schizophrenia, and things like that. So shining a light on those things is not a bad thing. Even in regards to what children, I done seen, I know people who grew up in rough childhoods. With rough parents, been abused and molested and all types of things.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm being honest. Yeah, I know that. So if someone is creating a game around that to shine a light on it, then you should allow that, because a lot of these things don't get talked about in our culture, in the news or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So Microsoft, I don't know their direction now. I don't know if they're going PG-13. If they is, that's not what I signed up for. I didn't buy the OG Xbox for PG-13 content. When I was on the OG Xbox, that was the hardcore box. Yeah. Everybody called the Xbox the hard. They call it the dude bros, or the bro dudes, whatever that term was. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was. Culture of hardcore games and things like that. You're not Nintendo. You're not Sony. Don't try to beat Sony. Don't try to beat Nintendo. You don't even have to mimic their content. Be Microsoft, as he say, be the behemoth that you are. Create your own big storylines and things like that. But go beyond the norm. Challenge the status quo. You know what I'm saying? Like Sony did. Sony said, look, these games are made by adults, for adults. Fuck out of here. And I can respect that from Sony. You're not going to tell us what to create or what we can't create or what we can't talk about in our medium. And I would want Microsoft to do the same.
Good brother deal, man.
I gotta say, man, screw all this nice shit, man. I'm telling you, man, Z is a pony. Ass pony. He hoofing out here. He hoofing out here. You know, before I saw it in the comment section, a couple of these.
Wait, why? I don't.
They would say, Z, join us, Z. You're almost there. Join us.
Contract out there,
you know,
man.
I dismissed it. I dismissed it. You know, and then he puts this video out on me, full pony mode. You know, like Transformers, robots in disguise. Z is a pony in disguise.
Why you say that?
I'm just bugging.
Oh, I'm like, wait, what's happening?
I'm gonna say, hold up.
Why are you muting me, sir?
Z ain't shit. I'm gonna say that. Z ain't shit.
Z is a pony. Disguise.
I got a contract out there. They're gonna buy me
working undercover for the
5 games if I go pony.
Z out here working undercover for the enemy.
Hey, look, and let's
send him a secret 36-cent check a week.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you that.
In all honesty, Z, you have every right. Come on, like it's been a while. We don't have any real good exclusives right now. Like we have some exclusives. Yeah, they're gonna be fun, I'm sure, but they're just not up to the level of the competition. And you know what? If we don't tell Microsoft how we feel, how are we going to get the games that we want?
Exactly.
You have to express it. And you know, if the base doesn't like it, you know what? You can't be blind, because honestly, for the people that don't have a PS4, are you telling me honestly it doesn't bug you that you're not going to get to play some of these games? Or you know what? If you weren't playing those games, fine. If you had something on your platform that was the equivalent or close to it to bide your time, you know, to have the pride of your console. Like apart from the multiplats, the multiplats look fantastic. Everything looks better on the X, but we don't have any exclusive content. Like we don't, and we're not getting new experiences over here on this side. Like I've said a million times, I think E3 is do or die for Microsoft. And you know, if they don't produce, they're going to be in a lot of trouble for sure. They're gonna lose a lot of people. A lot of people are going to switch. I really don't think Microsoft is that stupid. I have a little bit more faith in them. But Z, you're justified to feel the way you do, man.
Look, I'm not knocking people who feel satisfied with what Microsoft is doing right now. Kudos to you if you're content with what they're doing.
Fuck them.
Everybody doesn't have those same feelings. I'm not content. I will never ever be content in life. Period.
Cut all that bullshit out. Cut all that kumbaya bullshit out.
Anyone's integrity.
Fuck everybody who's happy with what Sony is doing. Fuck everybody who's content with what any of these. I want more from everybody. Fuck that shit.
Thank you, man.
I'm not trying to be nice about none of this shit. I want more from every single body.
I really don't.
That's fuck when it comes to gaming. Give me everything I want from every system. Fuck that nice shit.
That's what I'm saying. I don't feel like I'm like at this point where I'm like, Xbox is doing this thing where they're like putting out kiddie games, but at the same time, I'm not like, oh, I'm gonna get a PlayStation because PlayStation has all the great games. Like, I still don't have my PlayStation. I'm waiting for a better like game to come out so that I can have a reason
something that grabs you, because
I'm not about this life about like, oh, just because one's not doing what I want, I'm gonna go to the other one. The other one ain't doing shit either.
Yeah, people have the mindset nowadays that if you look at Spider-Man, God of War, and Last of Us, all the things, that those games gravitate to everybody, and they don't. Certain games don't. Every game is not going to appeal to everyone. And then when someone says, "Hey, they don't like God of War," or they don't like Last of Us, people look at them like they're crazy. No, certain things don't appeal to everyone, and you got to respect that. People have different tastes. Now, you got people that like God of War and Last of Us and think that it's fucking amazing, but you got some people that don't like it and think it's fucking trash.
I'm not
You gotta
interested in
respect
God
it.
of War at all. Like it, I understand the hype. Like I understand people, feeling super excited about it. But I personally am not interested, and I'm not getting my PlayStation for that game. And same goes for Detroit. Like I am honestly, that's not the one game that's gonna make me get my PlayStation again. I'm honestly waiting for more. Like I'm not a single player gamer anymore. I used to be super into the single player stories. They were amazing. And now at this point I'm kind of just like,
This whole generation has been disappointing, if you ask me. It's just we haven't really been getting nothing really new. Everything is like a rehash.
Yeah,
Even some of the new joints that's coming out, it's like a rehash of, it's
Like,
where's the new and amazing things at, man?
And this is the problem with gaming as a whole, is that the medium evolves, but it evolves in stages. Like VR is where gaming is gonna go. Yeah. Right now, I'll say 90% of people don't give a damn about VR. A, it's too expensive. B, it requires wires. It's all extra, and it doesn't come with full experiences. They're starting to sprinkle those out now, but it doesn't give you the I'm in this game feeling like everyone is expecting VR to do. And what makes that worse is when we have movies like Ready Player One and all these things where people start to see past where we are now and won't even grasp the concept of where we are now.
Ready Player One is coming out for a reason,
right?
It's going to push people to accepting VR. Yep,
right. I think that's a little need to get to that point where gaming will evolve. We evolve with the games. The games will create new mediums, but all the games we have now, every single game in existence right now, it doesn't matter if it's a new IP or whatever, it's going to use tropes from other games. And that's just because we're at a point where that is, how things are set up. Every, Horizon came out, and to people it's boring, to some people they love it, whatever it may be, but it uses tropes from other games. It looks similar to Tomb Raider with dinosaurs. It's like there's always going to be those similarities because of the medium we are, the point in time we are now, and the fact that all these other games exist. So as time evolves, we're not going to get something that just, oh my God, this is groundbreaking, this is changing, this life-changing for gaming or nothing. It's just that simple. VR, AR, that will provide that new quote-unquote medium. It's just it has to get to the point where it does that easily. And right now, we're not at that point.
Slow-mo, we understand that nothing in VR comes close to in Ready Player One, but you have to think of it on the aspect of subliminal marketing. we know it's a difference as far as the software that's being used in the movie versus what we have access to, but it's all about subliminal marketing.
I agree with some of your points, disagree with a few of them. Okay. I think VR, I think there's a lot of experiences in VR where you're like, damn, I'm in this game. So that's debatable. There's a lot of experience. Can there be more? Of course. Do I think there's enough? No. But there's enough on there to justify the platform. The problem is, yes, I think the wires are a part of it too. Of course, not everyone wants to have all these wires across their living room, but I think it's more a case of the price. So because of the price, a lot of gamers have not tried it, because I know for a fact if once gamers try it, 9 out of 10 are in love with it. The one that doesn't like it, it's more or less because it makes them sick. But anyone that usually tries VR, they love it. Now, a problem with the games, we're getting like the same coat of paint in all these games. It's got a little bit to do with the developer tools. I think they need to move away, make games differently than how they're making them now. Use some more photogrammetry, like Star Wars Battlefront, like how that game was designed. That game is beautiful. Why don't we have a lot of games that look like that? That game is like almost photorealistic. Like that game is outstanding. So developers need to stop resting on their laurels and start to take chances, start to use more different tools, more advanced tools. It might take a little bit longer for some of these games to be developed, but they need to start to branch out from the way they make games.
First of all, shout out to Brian Lamont dropping $5 in the super chat.
We going to Taco Bell, get a foul out of box, player.
Don't let them put you back in the sunken place. And what's Xbox counter to Sony's owning Spider-Man gaming rights? Good question. I remember Phil said he was going to make it up to us for the Street Fighter thing, and the next and also Street Fighter EX is coming out. It's also exclusive. What is Microsoft's answer to Spider-Man, God of War?
Everything we got answer to Street Fighter.
They didn't get anything for Street Fighter.
I will say the same thing that I've said for a year now. Who the fuck knows? Like, they don't show us shit, so who the fuck knows?
Okay, okay.
And that's another thing. Phil and his whole troop.
Okay,
they talk way too fucking much to be saying nothing. Like,
let's talk about it, Maz. Let's talk about it.
Damn much to say nothing because, like Yoshida, all them dudes, they is very sparse on Twitter. All this, they give you sprinklings, and then they let the Sony fan base blow up whatever little droplets they put out there. Yep. They let them grow from speculation and hype from the fan base. Phil and all of them, you ask them stuff, they talk and they keep talking and they keep saying absolutely fucking nothing. And then when you try to go on the speculation train to build up hype, they say some stupid shit that derails that.
Maz, they gonna try to knock you unconscious next.
They say some stupid shit that derails that, so you can't even build up hype. We don't know what's coming because they won't show us. Anytime we ask, they don't say shit. They need to shut the fuck up and start showing something.
Yeah, I can't agree to that. You know, Sony is real sparse in regards to their social media and things like that, but E3 and stuff, like, they be bringing them games, man. Like, whether you like them or not, they do bring them. Microsoft does a lot of talking. The E3 comes around and like, what happened?
God damn, you got that voice down back. Mighty Moss, what's going on, good brother? You there?
We are all up in here. Look, J-Wags.
We're gonna give y'all a great show today.
We got Bryant.
Okay, all right, Wags, you there, Wags?
You're bringing them backs today, man. Hit the like button.
Wags, hello.
Y'all motherfuckers need to stop joining and not saying anything.
Okay, I'm back. I'm back.
Okay, all right.
2 minutes later.
The man with the numbers. The man with the
What's
medicine.
up, people?
What was that black doctor down in Florida, young 17-year-old that got about 3 years for that fake shit? Now, hey, Maz, talk to me. Moss, talk to me. You know what's going on. I've spoken to you a little bit in past, and things are really starting to unfold. Now, like I said yesterday on BGST, my brothers, I love them dearly. I love them like children that I see every day. I heard some of the craziest damage control that I can ever hear. I mean, listen,
the damage control was epic.
You know, listen, when Tim Dog was like, hold, wait up, you know shit was going left. You know what I mean? When Tim Dog, my brother Tim Dog was like, you know what I mean? When you like, Tim was like, yeah, they will lose hardcore guys like me. And that's not something that you want to do. But what are your thoughts in the direction that Microsoft is going as far as the games and the content that they're providing? Are you cool with it? Is it okay with you? You know what I mean?
Well, let me say this. I'm late because I just came off a UNICEF trip with Coffee Shop Phil. You know what I'm saying?
I want to know it.
We was playing on the Pakistani border. You know what I'm saying? And he wants you to know, Z, that he got a game coming off just for you when Spider-Man releases.
Yeah.
It's the original Contra and the original assets, baby. He said, so calm down.
Oh, hey, listen, check this out, right? Real talk, right? I always tell you guys, you'd be surprised who watches your shit, right? Phil's watching right now, right? Phil he just now responded to my tweet just now. But
oh wow.
Let me share my screen with you, right? I always tell you guys, you be surprised who watches your shit. I can tell you 1,001 times. Let me share my screen, right?
Yeah, please share your screen so we don't.
Right, I didn't even read the tweet. It just popped up on my.
What do you say? You keep talking stuff. He gonna knock you out your New Balances.
All right, can you guys see?
Yep.
Yeah.
No specific change to the ratings of games we build. If you were commenting on Luckies and Sea of Thieves back to back, that's just timing. We will build games for all gamers. I guess State of Decay 2, Crackdown are more mature.
Look. Here's the thing. Okay. We can all agree that the mature that we saw in the Xbox One generation and the mature that we saw last generation is not State of Decay 2 and Crackdown 3. Okay.
What do you mean?
Like as far as so with the first generation of Xbox, you had
He's gonna reply on live. You're fucking. Oh man! All right, go ahead.
And then when you fast forward to last generation, you had your Gears of War that was presented. Then you also, even though they weren't full exclusive, you had them spearheading, as I always say, Mass Effect and BioShock. Now those are realistic looking games. Well, particularly Mass Effect, that I think would appeal to the hardcore as well. What we're looking for, those of us that have a gripe, is where is that influence again? We're seeing this T-rated stuff. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this teen stuff, you know what I'm saying, that's more about connectivity and games of a service, and we're not seeing games with true grit. That's our issue. And I think that response is, that's the Phil politician way of responding to that
question.
Lying
about this. He answered everything without answering it, didn't he?
Exactly. He did everything to answer the question, but answer the question.
Shout out to Phil for at least responding, though.
That's crazy.
Yeah, to me that was, I hate to say it, but I ain't gonna say it. It wasn't suffice to me. It wasn't suffice.
Okay, but you
don't think that State of Decay is a mature title?
This is the problem. There's 2 parts to this problem. A, Microsoft fucking tell us something. That's part A, and that's a big ass part of it. B, everything that they show instead of say has a similar art style. The fact, like the mature quote unquote games, from what Phil just said, they're thinking about the content of the game. Everyone here is talking about the visual acuity of the game, like how it looks. All of them have the same look, and that's the problem. The Sony side, all of them have the same look too. It's just that look is a more realistic viewpoint. It may have, like, they're in State of Decay and Crackdown, I don't know, they may have very mature themes within the content. I ain't played damn things, I don't know.
Cartoony.
But what I do know is if I look at a Sony game, the art style, God of War, that looks like some real shit. That's
real shit.
The visual acuity.
It does.
The art style is the problem.
I see. But why does the art style mean? Like, why does the art style mean that the game is for children?
For example, look at Crackdown. Who you think that pulls more attention to, adults or kids? Promise you, I know the question. I've asked numerous people, and a lot of them have been kids. Hey, look, I don't want that Crackdown. I've asked the same amount of adults, and they said, looks too cartoony for me.
Yeah, it seems like everything they output is like it's on the borderline of it can somewhat be mature, but you know what I'm saying, it can somewhat be teen. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's trying to be everything for everybody. No, we need to say this
one thing. I know he's watching somewhere in the sunken place. Phil, I was talking more. I mean, I understand that. Games like what we got coming out. What do you call it? Crackdown or whatever. They are I guess more mature type games, but I mean like the art style, like the No Days Gone, or even like the God of War, that more like the art style. You know what I mean? It just seemed like this generation, all we've gotten that was like that was maybe Quantum Break and Rise. You know what I mean? Everything. And listen, I don't know if it's true. It's one thing. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't, because I didn't read the article yesterday, but several people told me yesterday that Shannon Lofton was, she's not a big fan of having guns in her games. Or whatever the hell that means. You know what I mean? So
too bad. She's not the actual people you're after.
That's her job, though. That's her. She was the head of gaming.
I think
exactly.
As gamers, as real true gamers, I think it's irresponsible to say that because this looks a particular way, I'm not going to play it. I think that's silly. I think that if you do your research and
what catches your attention to play the game. What are you talking about?
But I'm talking about the fact that if you're a gamer, a true gamer, that you will do your research, and if it's a good game, you will want to play it.
We'll play anything, but don't get rid of the mature games, is what we're saying. You could keep the Crackdown, but where's the mature stuff at? Don't purge it.
Asking for a more mature look,
a more mature style, not necessarily a more mature like gameplay.
Every single one, every game, God of War, Spider-Man, although that's really cartoony, but God of War, Days Gone,
Beyond
Detroit, I'll probably play it. I played all the rest of the time of the David Cage games, so I'll probably play this one too. All of these games I will play. I will 100%, 1,000% put way more hours into Crackdown Online and State of Decay 2. That without a doubt, that's what I will play more because there are more multiplayer focused, and that's the type of gamer I am. However, looking at those 5 games, 3 of them have a certain realistic look, and the 2 that I will play do not. That Crackdown is Crackdown. It's going to always look that the way. State of Decay 2, that the way the first one looked, they could have evolved that. Like everything else evolved. Like Crackdown is Crackdown. In order to make how the Crackdown worked, I understand them keeping that art style. State of Decay being about zombies and real people building colonies, aka Walking Dead, you could have matured that a little. You could have matured that look a little. There's nothing that looks mature. It's not saying that it isn't mature. It's not saying that the content, I don't want, I wouldn't want my kids playing none of that. I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying that if I look at something, one of them looks mature, the other one looks like it's trying to appeal to a wider scale audience. They're asking, people are saying, I just want something that looks like it's trying to appeal to me, not appeal to everybody. It's not that they're not going to play it. It's not that they're discounting it as a good game, a possible good game, any of that. Is that I want something that's going to look like it is for me as a mature gamer.
Yep.
I think I understand what you're coming from, and I think that it's more of a misconception that because it looks less mature in terms of the style, because it looks more cartoony, that it's less of a mature, quote unquote mature game. Because I think that's kind of also like.
Let me break it down to you, Blue.
I understand what you're saying. What I'm saying
want to see this box. They want to see the box sing. Right, and you're not going to get that. You're not going to see that.
Yeah, you guys want them to use the engine. That's
no, you're not going to see that in Lucky Tales and Sea of Thieves.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah. It's just that it's kind of stupid because y'all are just like, damn, no one's gonna want to play this game because it looks like it's for kids. That's what you guys sound like.
It might be silly, but we got to.
But I understand what you're saying.
For that mug to blow.
I want to address the chat real quick before we move forward. Everybody keeps saying Days Gone over State of Decay 2. Have you played Days Gone?
Absolutely, yeah.
How the fuck do you know that's going to be good? I played the first State of Decay. State of Decay 2 looks like an evolution of State of Decay 1. So how the fuck do you know Days Gone is going to be good?
They do that all the time, bro.
What is your basis?
They do that all the time.
I want to know what is your basis for that dumbass comment. How do you know? Days Gone looks epic. How, Sway? Like it looks like The Last of Us with zombies.
And then we don't know what the final product is going to be because didn't they downgrade Detroit to human? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Y'all answer me back. Hold up. Just answer me back. Hold up. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna show.
Oh God, this dude.
Y'all get ridiculous.
We having the back and forth live.
If Phil is actually listening to this, we could ask a lot of questions.
Phil,
I don't have any questions.
Phil, just show me something, Phil. I'm with you. Z wants Donnie D back. He is in a love affair.
I say that to
you. Donnie D baby mama. We don't know this, but you know, he got a love child with Donnie D.
Nah. Listen, I ain't got no bromance with Donnie D.
But you got to show me something, Phil.
I ain't got no bromance with Donnie D. You know what I mean? I just keep it funky. You know what I mean? I want better. Check it out. Watch this, Phil. I'm gonna be the bigger man. Watch this. Hit the follow button. Bam. Let's get out right. Now, this is for those who are just joining, right? This first of all, for those who are just joining, this is the original tweet that I sent him 7 hours ago. I said I have a serious question from a true Xbox fan. Since 2001, Xbox. I believe I was a beta tester for Xbox Live. 2002. What is Xbox direction? Are you guys taking a kid-friendly PG-13 route? There is a lack of mature themed games such as God of War, No Days Gone, and extra. He said he answered me 2 minutes ago. He said no specific change to the ratings of games we build. if you are commenting on Lucky's and Sea of Thieves back to back, that's just timing. We will build games for all gamers. State of Decay 2, Crackdown, or more mature. Okay. And again, everybody knows that I type in caps. That's just what I do. Thanks for replying, but I was talking like the art style, more realistic. But thanks again for replying. Don't mind the caps.
We got to get you some English classes.
Countering, he said, "You're all caps with all lower cases." Okay. Thank you, Phil.
I don't was hollering at him.
Nah, you know, everybody know I type in caps. Shit. I'm sorry.
I mean,
I had to stop sharing about my mistake. I'm sorry. Yeah. There we go. Let me bring it. Where we at? Okay. He says, countering your all caps with all lower cases. I don't really dictate the art style to teams, but obviously we do have control of what we greenlight. I haven't overly focused on realistic versus not realistic, but good thing to think about. Oh, okay. Now, okay, fine. Here it is, right? All right. And let's say pull all punches, but I ain't gonna do it like you did my brother crap. We're not gonna buy the game because it's on PC now. I ain't gonna do that. But what I'm saying, like, you know, I'll give you an example, Phil. What I'm saying is like when you guys wanted to take out the chainsaw in Gears of War because it was too gory and, you know, Epic kind of stuck with guns, put it in, and Bill Gates said he loved it. Remember, they showed their E3 was huge. That was the best. Everybody knows that, especially Gears of War 1, the chainsaw is what made the game. And then again, not saying it was true or not, but heavily rumored that you guys turned down. You know, I heard from somebody within. I know somebody, Phil. You know what I mean? You know, I know that you guys turned down Heavy Rain because you didn't want to deal with a game like with with the child being adopted and stuff like that. And then that came out again from the same studio. I'm sorry, Ninja Theory. That you didn't want to deal with a game with like dealing with schizophrenia, if that is true. I'm not saying it is, but something else that I heard. You know what I mean? That's all that I'm saying. You know, I don't know. Sony is more really let the developers push the envelope, and you guys maybe kind of, you know.
Can I add something to that? To me, that's that politician, that banker's babble. Okay, you don't dictate. No, you're not sitting in the room with every developer as they're hitting every keystroke, but you select what you put in your basket, bro. That's all we're saying.
Yeah, so that's what he said.
What you're shopping for. That's what we're saying. What is your eyes focused on? You know what I'm saying? So are you focused on the kiddie stuff, which that's the perception, and perception is 9/10 of the law. Sorry, Phil. You gotta understand that, man. Perception is 9/10 of the law, and we're gonna say it again: a fish rots at the head. You know what I mean? So you gotta understand all this. It's not like you don't have no control over nothing. I don't dictate this or dictate that. We're concerned with what you are putting in your basket. We don't expect you to program everything, but make sure you're not forgetting about that stuff. Want the more hardcore, you know, games or the realistic games. You got decision over that. You know what I'm saying?
This is like I said, this is the problem: is that we don't know if any of those games is in his basket.
Yeah,
they won't show us.
Absolutely.
It's not going to change.
Oh man,
that problem is not going to change until they show us that they exist. We don't know that they don't. We don't know that they do because you won't show us. So Phil, if you're listening, show me something.
Man. Phil, if you're listening.
No, Phil, I know you're listening. I know you're listening.
He's like, please show me something.
Didn't he say recently he's learning? Okay, well, learn that you got to make things a little bit more visible. Man.
Okay,
perception is not against the law, man. Everybody should know that. That should be in CEO 101. You know what I'm saying? Show us the money, man.
Yeah, show us something.
Okay, here's the thing. Again,
I'm still gonna play it on PC, but show us something.
But at the end of the day, right? When I just said to him again, I said, for those who are not looking at the screen, don't forget what's your core. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna say this again, and I know he's probably listening. That I just feel like, and I've been saying this for a while, that Microsoft kind of strayed away from what their core wants, or you know, what made the Xbox the Xbox. And I said this back a couple years ago, and I said that I kind of had more faith in the product, even though in the first, during the sixth generation with the OG Xbox, and it was getting its teeth kicked in by the PS2. You know what I mean? But I felt like they had more, you know, and that was, like I said again, I remember it's me being, like I said, an Xbox guy, because what really sold me was Xbox Live. And then the strides that Microsoft made with the 360. You understand what I'm saying? Where, you know what I mean, that was their preferred console. Like that was like, you know what I mean, being an Xbox, I'm like, you know what I mean? And then, you know, and then I don't understand how you go from that and just how they just lose focus of what made you, you know what I mean, who you are, and or what your core really want. Like I just really thought they thought, you know, I understand it's a business and money and X, Y, and Z. You know, the hang they had on just say play anywhere. That's something that's your core or whoever. I'm not knocking those by PC guys or whatever. You know what I mean? Because I'm saying as an Xbox guy, it's not about somebody else getting to play the game. I can care less. I own everything. I can play whatever I want. Right? I mean, but you know what I mean? So like I said, give you an example. I understand that Microsoft is a much bigger company or than Sony and then Microsoft.
Sony and Nintendo.
And they're in a very unique space where they are basically PC. I understand it. They are this big, huge thing. And what's my man name? Good brother of mine. Seamus Blackley. I saw the article. I talked to him. It's cool guy. Talked to him. That's the original Godfather in Xbox, right? Yep. And he had a conversation because Bill had this thing that he said back then that how could we incorporate the Windows, because he's one of the Windows 10, he wanted the Windows machine in every living room, the PC audience with the console audience, and he said then that we're just two different customers, in which we are. You know what I mean? You know, if you look at the games that do huge numbers on PCs, the Dotas, the League of Legends, you know what I mean? And you know what I mean? And you see the surveys that Ubisoft will release and say that 99.9% of their games are pirated. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to start about who buys game. It's not even about that. So again, I said it to say this, you know what I mean? So I just felt like they just went down this aisle, you know, that, you know, play anywhere. And listen, I'm what you call it. You know, you had the hard. I understand the casual outweigh the hardcore 25-1. I understand that. But a hardcore such as myself, I've used that feature probably once. And, you know, crowds were trying to play Killing Instinct in years, and they kind of crashed. You know, you got to boot them off the desk, so kind of crashed. It's not my thing. You know what I mean? And I'm not knocking those that like it. Hear me out. It's not my thing, you know what I mean? And I what you could say, maybe I am, like I said,
PC master,
the old realm, the old guard at the goddamn gate. Maybe I am, you know what I mean? Maybe, and I think Game Pass is ingenious. I'm not saying I one thing. I understand that this is the way things are going or progressing. I'm just saying, just don't lose focus or trying to chase this. Oh my God, this maybe I want a little bit more mature, than Nintendo. You know what I mean, because most of us in here, we're all in our mid-30s. You know what I mean? Blue about 65, her old ass, but you understand what I'm saying? You know, that's all. And I mean, so, and again, thank you for responding. That's all. But you know, Jake Wags, you get your mic together?
I just switched it out. Yeah, I think it's working now though.
Okay, now what you got? What are your thoughts?
About Xbox?
What in general, what's been going on?
No, yeah, I agree with you for the most part, man.
Oh Lord, sorry.
I'm not really fond of their game lineup. Like I said, Crackdown, Sea of Thieves, and where the fuck the other one is, State of K2. State of K2 is probably the one I'm looking for the most. But I want to address something real quick. Hey, Maslin, man. That hear you say, how the fuck do you know that Days Gone is going to be better than State of K2?
Yes.
Talk about it. Talk about it. Let's go.
Answer the question.
He was cussing the channel. Like, how the fuck do y'all know? First of all,
you know?
Name me a game from Naughty Dog that hasn't been good.
I don't think Days Gone is a Naughty Dog.
It's not a Naughty Dog game. Okay, so glad we had this conversation. Next.
Naughty Dog?
I
digress.
You had it to yourself.
Who is it?
It's South Alley Oop L.
Can I get a show of L's? What is a hell of a show right now? His elegance.
I don't know. It's a new studio. It's a new studio.
All right. Hey, goddamn man, I'll take that.
It's my Ben.
He was L DeGeneres.
Days Gone is developed by Ben, the people who made Siphon.
I'll be part of the rest of the show. Mic off.
In the chat says L.
Yeah. I was trying to come Master Stroke, man. That's it.
Did you better? Don't come for me.
Shit backfire.
Don't come for me.
All right. Well,
but even if it was made by Naughty Dog, who's to say it's gonna be better anyway? Shit.
They're two different games. How can you compare them? One is survival horror. One is a single player experience.
Can't compare them. They're completely different genre of game.
Two different.
I just tell like I really don't know anything about State of the K2.
It's made by Ben Studios.
Yeah, it's only Ben. It's made by the people who made Siphon Building.
Where else have they? Listen, speaking, that's a good. I mean, we can change the topic.
No, he wasn't ready.
Jay Wags out there looking like why you on Street Fighter. Hey, yo, look, right?
Hey, y'all fight.
What has been studio made over the last? The only thing I know them from is really Siphon Filter. What else have they made? What the hell they been?
They've been like I guess ancillary studio. They made what? Uncharted, Golden Abyss game, the little beta one. And then they like help on games. Like their name is on a lot of games.
Okay.
Like, but they haven't been like making them. Like they made Fight for Fortune, like the little Resistance. Damn it, what the Retribution? Like they've been making like beta titles.
Okay.
They need to make another Siphon Filter. That was nice.
They might make another Siphon Filter. Because they're making Days Gone.
Well, I got a question. All right, now maybe we can revisit this again. You know, I had raised the question again. What would you like to see 343 make outside of Halo? What would you like to see the Coalition make outside of Gears? Or even what would you like to see a Turn 10 studio make outside of Forza? You know what I mean? And I don't know if they have any other studios. I think that's the three only ones, right?
Let one of them do Dino Crisis.
But did I name all the three of the big studios, right? Yeah, that's it, right? Yeah. Turn 10, Coalition, and 343. If they have another studio, I don't know off the top of my head.
Well, we know Turn 10's doing. Aren't they? Playground's doing.
Well, they don't own Playground.
Fable.
No.
Playground's own team.
Yeah,
they're not owned by Microsoft.
There's a deal behind it, and they may announce it either. I don't know.
But what do they make? What are they making apart from Microsoft games, though? So does that really matter?
Well, their next game supposed to be RPG, and the reason why I said that again because all I really know Playground Games for making is
Horizon 4.
The Horizon series, right? And I'm gonna say this again. I didn't just say I'm not gonna throw them under the bus, but someone over there told me that I didn't go to school to put myself $100,000 in debt just to make card games. They can make, you know, they're artists. You know, man. And I said this again that developers are artists and and you can't stifle their growth. You know what I mean? Same thing, like I said, whether you love or hate Bungie or not, we can't negate the fact that Destiny is probably one of the biggest multi-plats that came out this generation. You know what I mean?
Until now.
But they had that in house. You understand? Maybe this might have been a whole new different generation or console. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say war, but you know, for ourselves, if they would have let.
I think the game would have been in a better state if it would have stuck in Microsoft, because right now they're struggling to keep their player base. That's just being honest.
I think it didn't matter because they wanted to go, so they went to Activision, which was a dumbass decision in and of itself. They should have either did a combo deal. They just wanted to leave. So they did whatever they needed to do.
I told y'all that was stupid. It was dumb.
Well, and the funny part is really
sad. To go with.
The majority of people that wanted to leave end up leaving Bungie now and went to 343. And they're back to Halo.
But all actually is just movement. Like the game community as a whole, people move around all the damn time. That's why I didn't understand that whole like trend where people was announcing, oh my God, this person left Naughty Dog and went to wherever. Like, who gives a fuck? That shit happens literally every day.
I understand why it happens. I understand why it happens.
No one person makes a fucking game unless his name is Notch Persons.
Yeah, you in the industry where job security is games get made, next day developers get fired. I understand why they went back to 343 because it's job security.
Right.
You're gonna have forever Halos.
I try to say that. I try to say that on BGST. I remember a bot, and I know it was bot for sure, and it was saying that all they wanted to make was Halo games. Is what it said. They said no. People have families. People have children. One guy just had a baby that works over there and stay. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's not. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they don't own that game. It's not their game. It's Microsoft. So
it's Microsoft property. Yeah. But it's job security in the creation of that title.
I played a major part of some of those.
Zaire.
Yes.
What's your opinion on how they released Turok?
Here's the truth. I've never been a fan of Turok. Right? You know what I mean, I don't suffer from nostalgia. I'm keeping it all the way above. You know what I mean. I bought a new console to play new game. I'm a very shallow man. I tell you guys all the time. I would take beauty before brains. I'm the typical American. I love apple pie, fast cars, and bitches with fat asses. That's me. I make no quarrels of that, right?
Correction, grandmas.
That too. Blonde, 80, triple A, same grades. But anyway, I said it to say this. I don't. I'm not. For those that I say rather have it and not need it, and need it and not have it. For those that are interested to rock, kudos. You know what I mean? I think is it exclusive or a time exclusive or something?
I think it's timed exclusive for
whatever. Listen. I'm just taking it back. I just missed the big over the top games. You know what I mean? That's like I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say this again. If it wasn't for the X, which I think is the best console that I've owned in my life, I love it.
Yeah.
If you look at 2017, like listen, I'm coming from the days of the OG Xbox. It ain't never been that bad. I'm just keeping
it hasn't.
I'm keeping that thing all the way a buck. Like I don't know what the hell that was. And again, you have people saying I'm bugging. Like I'm bugging. Well, we got Halo RTS. Like come on, I'm not knocking those that like RTS. Is cool. We got Phantom Dust with the original asses. Zoo Tycoon. Lucky Tales. I'm like, come on, oh man. Hey, school. Listen, if you like, I just seen what's my man Doc said something. Hey, thanks for I don't know what the hell that was about, but Doc put up here. Thanks Phil for thinking about all gamers. When my wife loves Lucky Tales, kudos. But they weren't thinking of me because I damn sure ain't thinking about no goddamn Lucky Tales.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but we actually got one game and one game only in 2017 that looked realistic. Was
PUBG and
amazing.
Yeah, but PUBG. Well, that's a multi-plat. That's on cell phones. I don't think they're gonna lock that down if they can.
And that was Forza 7.
And listen, I don't like personally. I don't like stimulation racers.
Exactly.
I like the Horizon series and the Project Gotham. That's my thing there. So
it's another game they got. They own it. Bring back Project Gotham.
Here's the thing. I don't think they would do that because they own.
They won't. They 100% won't.
Yeah, they own another racer like that. You know, they're a little different, but same, more or less thing. Even though I missed the kudos system, I don't even know about Project Gotham. You know what I mean? But check it out, right? If you think about it like this, right? The games that we're getting this year, and maybe that's why it seems like it's a little like we haven't had something in a while, were the games we were supposed to get in 2017. Think about that. Sea of Thieves was supposed to come out in 2017. Crackdown was supposed to come out in 2017. State of Decay was supposed to come out in 2017. You know what I mean? We know that Horizon 4 is coming out this year. It's a buy, or every 2 years it comes out. So everything that we're getting this year that we were supposed to get this last year. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, but again, what we had for this year, you know what I mean? So, I mean, they got to bring something. And listen, I've also said this though, and Phil said he's not a fan of showing games that are too far. It's not the problem of you showing them, because I know it's the nature of the business. Games get canceled all the time. We know this, but when you cancel these games, there's nothing else to replace them. You know what I mean? Like we took two big, huge hits. We lost Scalebound, Legends, and we had nothing to replace them. You know what I mean? Nothing.
Scalebound was actually a huge enough game that caught enough people's attention that even Sony ponies were talking about jumping over and buying an Xbox just for that one game.
Yep. I think Scalebound was more of an issue of, let's be honest, y'all.
Scalebound
before the games got canceled, before Scalebound got canceled, and before, you know what I'm saying, nobody really cared about that until it got canceled. A lot of people that cared about that was outside of the Xbox family. It wasn't until we started looking down the line and seeing that the game lineups that they had was like a little soft.
Ain't nobody care about Scale. Make a big issue about Scalebound until it got canceled. Man. I don't want to hear this. It's not no guarantee. It's not that Scalebound was going to be a savior.
This is what happened.
The game was going to be a savior.
Not a savior.
How's y'all predetermining a game before it's even released?
I think people were more hyped about an exclusive.
Nobody gave a damn about
it being exclusive don't mean it's gonna be a good game. We gotta
I think people get excited about it even though they don't know what it's gonna be like because it's an exclusive. That's what
I was excited about it.
People do for when they're fans of a system.
YouTubers.
You know when I look at
there were numerous people excited as hell for Scalebound, admit it or not.
This is all the comments were. oh, this motherfucker look like a knockoff Dante. Why he got beats on? All that bullshit. Then
Why
they showed
he got headphones on in the time he's in.
and everybody was
What
like,
is this?
"Oh, that look like why is it so terrible? The frame rate looks horrible. It plays horrible."
That's
Man,
because
then
y'all let
all of a sudden, oh, I was gonna buy an Xbox for this game. No,
that's the whole problem.
Man, people when I look at a game, I say a game has potential, meaning it has an opportunity potential. Meaning it has, I emphasize that
based on that P.
That potential, meaning that it has an opportunity of becoming something. I'm not giving it what it doesn't have because I haven't played it. I see gamers do this all the time, and when the game come out and doesn't live up to their expectations, they want to blame everybody other than the person who set those expectations. Stop.
Which is your goddamn self. If you get hyped for a game and it ain't good to you, the only person to blame is you.
What I mean by this is that it's nothing wrong with showing them. And
they just need to show
those are the people talking about, for conversation here. We know the Lord knows when Death Stranding is going to come out or whenever, but their Sony fans are talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Leading into our E3, so I'm keeping it all the way a buck. We know we're going to get Gears, Forza, or Halo. You understand what I'm saying? Or more or less. We know what I mean. And the game, and we haven't really had. Look, I'll give you an example. You look at E3 2016, right? Mm-hmm. Sony took the stage, and the things that they showed came from left field. You know what I mean? Whether it's God of War, the Spider-Man, No Days Gone, all that shit came out of nowhere. Like, whoa, you know what I mean? And it was ill, you know what I mean? And I want that as an Xbox fan, you know what I mean? But look, last year at E3, Microsoft showed about 40 smart games. I can name not one of them. Guys on the and it's the guys on this show. Listen, I'm not trolling. I know how to say human. I'm being dead.
Hey, you know what?
I couldn't name one.
That's facts.
They did a sizzle reel. And look. And also, if you listen still, feel you to hang up right now and throw up and discuss. Even with the indie stuff, like I'm from the mindset E3 is the big stage. That's the Grammys, that's the Oscars. People want to see explosions. We don't want to see my man out there 15 minutes again with the little. Nah, they ain't what's up. I've been saying that for a while. So what Sony do come out? Well, they got to show because no, they don't. These
they don't.
You know what?
And then Sony come out 2016 E3 and 17 whatever it was, ain't showing up one goddamn indie. It was praise. I've been saying.
Let me ask you this, Bruce. How much faith you put into Microsoft actually
on E3 stage? That is the lowest point of your show when you come out. I don't know if you're doing it to spread the time, and please don't come out there with that Minecraft. No, we want to see Minecraft again. Honestly,
okay, Sony got away with the indies on stage.
Minecraft makes money.
Sony got away with it pushing them in.
I want to hear what D
show. You know what I mean?
I want to hear what D had to say. What was he going to say?
D?
I just want to answer Blue real quick. Yeah, Minecraft makes money, but I don't think E3 is the place to show Minecraft. We want to see some groundbreaking things.
Exactly.
See, I want to ask you this.
Exactly nothing. If you are making money on something, you should be showing it because people are watching
for
that. What
the hell are you talking about?
I'm talking about the fact that it makes money. Why would you
make money?
To be honest, if I'm talking, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Hey, Blue, they saying go sit your ass down. And if you
I don't want to hear it.
If you sit down, stand up so you can sit your ass down again.
We're gonna talk about this because you guys, you guys
get out of here, bro.
You guys want Xbox. I'm waiting until you guys let me talk because I'm not gonna shut up just because you taught me to.
Okay, let's talk about it, Blue.
Yo, man.
First of all, thank you. If Xbox is making money, right, you cannot say that, Xbox should cater to us and only us. You have to make sure that you're aware of what you're saying. You're saying that they should cater to you because they're not right now, but you're saying at the same time that they should ignore what the money that they are making.
Pay attention to what you're saying.
Let me answer this, bro.
Brian, shut the fuck up. No one's talking to you. No.
It's a like button.
There's Sony stage.
No, you're
there's a Microsoft stage and a Nintendo stage.
Blue, I agree with you.
Minecraft is a multi-plat, not an Xbox exclusive. Therefore, it does not belong on Xbox's stage at E3.
Why?
Boy, chill out. That doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense. What are you talking about? They show games on PlayStations.
Hold on, ladies and gentlemen.
UNICEF feels
let Blue respond.
But we can't talk together. Okay, let me state the question.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Blue. Go ahead, Blue.
This was the question I was saying, okay? shit went left. Shit turned into the multiplayer. That's right. What I was saying is that all right, we all know about Minecraft. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I think about just the E3, I understand you do have a pre-E3 showing. You also have a after E3 showing, IGN and all that good stuff, right? I get it. And Minecraft is a huge game. But what we're just talking about, and I will give Sony credit for this, maybe because they're in the movies and showbiz and music, they have a great presentation, okay? When Microsoft told me they come to this high in the beginning, then they just tapers off. They can't keep the level of momentum. And always the downsides of Microsoft shows when my man come out there, my man looking like Mr. Bean, 15 minutes with ID on Xbox and shit, like they ain't the answer, Sway. Like those games there, and especially this generation indie games where they can run on a NES, they don't belong on a big stage. Hey, listen, I have nothing but love for indie developers. Your pricing are kind of high this generation. It used to be $5 and $10 last gen. Now they're like $30.
Yeah, they went up for sure.
That's for another conversation. I'm just saying.
Shout out to
what I'm just saying. Microsoft, shout out to Minecraft and those indies ain't the answer. That's all.
I want to say shout out to Chad Mang 23 with the $5 holla.
Yeah, what
you dig?
All right, Blue.
That's the problem. We just want games. Fuck Microsoft making money when they don't spend any for new IPs.
Whoa!
There needs to be new games, of course, but you cannot say that they shouldn't be catering to other parts of their demographic. That's all. Like it's fine if they show. I mean, I don't think that they should do like an hour long of freaking Minecraft. Like, what is this nonsense? But at the same time, and also their best presentation shouldn't be Minecraft, right? Their best presentation should be an exclusive, yes. But at the same time, you're not going to say, no, you guys shouldn't show Minecraft at all because like it's making them money.
See, there we E3.
Hold on a second. Let me just respond to this.
They're going to keep showing Minecraft because Minecraft makes money. It's $1 billion franchise. They're going to keep showing that shit. It only needs to be like 5 minutes. Hey, Minecraft still exists.
They really went hard that time, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
it's too long. The Minecraft thing here.
They're gonna keep showing Minecraft. I want them to keep showing Minecraft, keep pulling in that Minecraft money, and transfer that shit to something else.
Games that are yours. Yes, I agree.
So they need to do that. They need to show Minecraft. Say, hey, Minecraft, everybody still buy it.
All right, I just want to respond to Blue here. I agree with you to a certain degree. Yes, Microsoft, they need to show whatever they have. Of course, they got to get it out to the gamers. Minecraft has just been out for so long now, and I just don't think E3 is the place to show it. Like, let Major Nelson come out on his YouTube channel. The Xbox channel can do something. They can throw something on IGN to promote it. I don't think E3 is a place for that. E3, yeah, there's a lot of casuals that watch E3, but a lot of the hardcore watch E3 too. And even so, if the casuals are watching, you want to show them the meat. You want to show them the good stuff. Now, Z, I gotta disagree with you on the indies part. No, I don't think they should dedicate like 20 minutes to the indies, but I think 5 minutes to show some indies is fair because there's some good indies out there, and it has a market, and the indies can get lost in the shuffle. So to dedicate 5 minutes towards indies it's good, and they need to do that. They need to do that for these indie developers that are on their platform.
Okay, listen. That's true.
The presentation is like an hour and a half. 5 minutes for indies Z's not gonna.
No, here's the thing. Let's check it out, right? Real talk. If maybe you understand this, right? If you look at some of the indies that they show, they can run on a Game Boy Advance. You know what I mean? They just don't show well.
Yep.
Pre-E3 showing.
Black Desert Online is an indie.
Some of them look good, man.
A lot of them didn't though. A lot.
They had some big like AA sort of AAA games. If you go back and look at that trailer, I mean, a lot of things you couldn't see because it was in the trailer. But that's why I believe indies belong in a trailer.
Yeah, there were some games I saw that I didn't know about. I was like, oh, okay, I actually want that
nice
game.
gems in there.
So
the problem is that Microsoft's hour and 68 minutes or 2 hours or however the hell long lasted. What was it, over 2 hours? They last indie or their last E3 presentation was 2 hours worth of fucking indies.
Whatever. Yeah.
It was 2 hours worth of indies. That was the problem.
Yeah, that's too much.
40 indie games.
I think Microsoft need to change the time they go. They need to go after Sony shit.
That's never gonna happen.
Because basically what Sony do is just check what Microsoft do and try to up it by 1 or 2 games and shit like that. And have
but they're not gonna do that.
I mean, I know they probably won't because they've always been going first, but I mean,
it's not even that because right now they don't have to like follow a certain time scaling because people like EA do their own thing. You know, Obsidian do their own thing. Like certain developers who would have took up slots now do their own thing. So Microsoft is staying where it is because it feels like, or to them, they want to make an impact. The problem, like the first impact, the problem is by 6 o'clock, everybody forgets what you said because we watch 8 conferences.
Absolutely.
Every E3 I've been to, every single one. I go to E3, I go to like 2 of the conferences, and then I'm standing in line to play games. That's pretty much how E3 goes. But when I go to those conferences, I don't remember half that shit, and I was sitting there like, none of that shit appealed to me. Cool, I want to go play this new game that's coming out next week, next month, whatever. Like, that's what happens at E3, and it happens now as online because they'll do things like, here's this alpha, go play this game. So you forget about the other game because the alpha out for this game that you wasn't expecting to play today, or they go, this game is out, go play this game. Like, them doing things like that in order to get the crowds involved is fucking it all up. Microsoft needs to show real games and not 2 hours worth of fucking indies. Period.
I don't know if they showed 2 hours worth of indies.
Shit, me.
That's kind of
name
it's close to
10 of those 40 games.
I don't know that I won.
What are you talking about? The indie games or the regular games?
The regular game. Name 10 of the. They showed 40 plus
I
games.
can name one, and that's it.
They showed State of Decay. They showed Sea of Thieves. They showed Crackdown.
Metro.
They showed some DLC for I think Forza. They showed Below. They showed.
You know how long Below
they showed Minecraft
coming out.
They showed that game that's like a sci-fi kind of side scroller. That's all I can think of at the top of my head.
They showed that game that's a
side scroller. Fresh in my head right now, but at the time they had games. Now is it subjective if those games are good or not?
Right.
That's
I'm not saying whether.
But to say it was 2 hours of indies is stretching it. But Z, I wanna ask you this question, Z.
Yes.
Now, how much faith do you put in Microsoft that they're self-aware of the situation and that they're actually gonna produce this E3? Like, I really want to know. Like
honestly,
70%. You think they're gonna do it, or do you think?
They always say that they're aware, and I'm keep it all the way a buck, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I just don't know if they know how to. That's the question at hand. If this is the direction that they're going in, Lucky tells. Look, I'll give you an example, right? What I mean by this: when you have Shannon Loftus come out and tell you that Rico is on a level of a Halo and a Gears, like
they're aware.
So when you say things like that, I'm looking like I'm scratching my head, like what the hell? Like that's what I mean. That's not Xbox. Listen, it's cool to have a platform. But I'm not knocking those that like it. If you want to, if it's not, if people misconstruing what I'm saying, it's nothing wrong if they're offering something different to cater to other people, but they're not catering to. Catering too much to the far left and the far right. We're not getting nothing in return. The fact that when you come out with games like Zoo Tycoon and Disneyland and their Xbox One enhanced and whatever it costs to doll those games up, but you give us Phantom Dust with the original assets when I believe the company wanted like $8 million. If I am wrong with the number, I did hear it was $8 million. I stand corrected. We could have got a true Phantom Dust. Like things like that I don't understand. So if they're thinking that is okay and they're hearing this, like, so then I don't know. You know what I mean? So
don't forget what you brought up a little while ago, how Phil said he was going to make it up to us for the Street Fighter deal. We're just going on 3 years now, and we still haven't gotten that makeup.
I look at it like this. It's two things can happen coming this E3. We are proven right after all these podcasts we've been having about what's going on as far as the direction of Microsoft, or they prove us wrong. And we come back and say, okay, all that shit we said, Lisa got them up off the.
Nah.
Come on, Juice. Look, we know you don't know nothing negative. You don't even know what a minus sign is when it comes to Microsoft.
I know they need more games, but shit, y'all knew they had to develop this Xbox One X. We got that last year. We got all the enhanced games.
That was greenlighted in 2012, but okay.
They never satisfied with shit. I mean, wait till the damn games come out. They gonna announce it.
Say that, bro.
I mean, at the
Hey,
same
that
time,
brother
I'm not gonna
came
go
in.
that far.
Hey,
Hey,
don't you talk about my Xbox. Don't you talk about my Xbox. Don't you talk about Phil. I love me some Phil. Don't you say nothing about no Phil.
Hey,
Juice,
I mean,
which
I
games are we
understand y'all
waiting
like
until they come
Xbox
out?
and y'all critical of it, but I mean, shit.
Juice, which games are we waiting until they come out?
That boy said, Lord knows I love me some Phil.
Juice,
Y'all sitting here talking about Phil like this.
Besides
Leave Phil
CFDs,
alone.
State of
You
Decay,
said-
Crackdown.
Right,
What
you
games are
said
we
wait till
supposed
they
to
come
be
out. Which games are we
see
waiting
and look
until they
out?
come out?
You think they gonna announce that like now? You think they ain't gonna
I
wait
think
till
that's
E3?
They
They
should
announce?
have done a bit of that.
They should have announced it already.
Okay.
Y'all already
Okay.
know that though.
let me ask you a
They
question.
didn't
Think about this, right? We all saw Gamescom, right?
Exactly. You already know it. If they didn't announce it at Gamescom, if they didn't
I fell
announce
asleep.
Tokyo Game Show or last E3, they gonna wait till this E3.
Yeah, that's 3 conferences.
You know Morgan Webb done recorded that one, man.
Hey, Morgan, get the footage, Morgan.
My stomach hurt. My
We need
stomach
an
hurt.
Xbox juice.
Okay, so why y'all still playing the Xbox? Then won't y'all just go play something else?
I have been. How about that?
You know,
I have been.
if y'all just know they not gonna come out with nothing, y'all just know for sure.
We didn't say we know they're not gonna come out next. What we're saying is
You're gonna kill Post Up.
Oh,
Like,
my stomach hurt.
Hey, yo, he said Juice out there sounding like Samuel Jackson and Django. Calvin, who that nigga on that neck?
the final said Juice said wait till E3 2021 for the Dreamcast.
I'm so tired. Y'all talking about feeling my
I had
Xbox.
enough of this.
Y'all don't like my Xbox. Just go turn off that Xbox. Go just turn it in the Xbox.
Man, look, half of y'all motherfuckers ain't beat the back catalog y'all already got. Y'all actually.
hey, he has a point there. I know a few people who have games still
Y'all
shrinking.
asking for new games. Y'all motherfuckers
Like what?
games y'all got.
Hey,
Oh,
here's a
man.
question.
Why
Hey,
is
Juice.
that a good point there? Really and truly,
Combination between all my
There's a
platforms.
lot
I
of
got
people
Savage
who-
It's not true.
Damn right I didn't beat 'em up.
we have a lot of games to play. There's tons of games to play. There's no issue.
Oh
with
no, I
having
don't think
games
they
to
mean
play
that
on the
literally
Xbox.
or fi-
But when it
literally
comes to
mean-
like exclusive content from
Yeah, I
Microsoft,
agree with that. I agree with that. We all know that.
so let me ask you a question.
He say if you
Well,
wait
now
to
listen,
E3,
Juice.
if you ready Gamescom, if you ready Tokyo Show, they
Well,
say
wait,
don't
wait,
that
wait,
for
wait,
this
wait,
E3.
Hey, Juice, let me ask you a question.
Comic Con, you wait till Con Air. Yeah.
Hey, Juice, let me ask you a question. Now, once again, I gotta remind you, this is a drug-free show, right?
This dude.
And I would hate to question your integrity. Okay. All right,
Bring it on.
Ready? Are you ready for the question, Juice?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, listen. I know, and listen, and I also know your name is Xbox Juice. Okay, so I'm gonna take 5 points. But listen. In your honest opinion, how would you rate Microsoft 17?
You asked.
I already
me
answered
before.
that. That was like what 4 podcasts or what?
Oh,
Last
I don't know. I need to know again. You didn't double down.
Yeah. You
said they were both.
I
You
said-
voted Trump.
I think
You said there were
believe
many
I said
people
was a B
on many
plus.
sides.
Xbox
sides.
Juice
in my
trumping.
opinion.
What happened?
Xbox Juice be trumping.
Yeah, he trumping out there for real.
I said that was a B plus in my opinion because we got the hardware. The first 4 years, everybody was clamoring for power. We need the most powerful this, most powerful that. Now we got the most powerful console. Now, of course, everybody's gonna now say, "Oh, now where's the games?" Then wait on the games. You know what I'm saying?
That
Got
doesn't
your
answer the
hands
question.
in, got your backwards compatibility. Y'all got all this shit. The motherfuckers can't even change their fucking gamer tag yet.
Yeah, what they got to do with games?
Yeah,
I mean, I
still
know
yet
they got
to
nothing
answer
to
the
do with
question.
it. I mean, to say they not doing nothing, I mean, shit.
No one said that. I mean, I don't know
We
what
didn't
they're
say
doing.
that.
We
We're
don't actually
asking-
don't know what the hell they're doing.
We're asking,
Yo,
what are you doing? That's literally what we're asking. Like they're improving the platform. Sure, they put out the Xbox One X. Fantastic. But what am I playing on it into the future? Right now, I know I'm getting State of Decay.
Yep.
I'm getting Sea of Thieves in a few days, and I'm getting Crackdown 3 sometime this year.
Yeah, and then they probably
Outside of that,
they probably
what
gonna
am I
announce it
getting?
at the next press conference they have. Then you'll know.
This is all.
I don't know that because they didn't show any of the shit that they should have shown.
Or
last
don't, but they
press
want
conference
you
for
to
this one.
So if you automatically gonna assume that they're not gonna show nothing, what you arguing
I
about?
didn't say
not
that.
assumed.
I
Nobody
definitely
has assumed. You're making an assumption.
Hold on, one at a time.
How am I making
This
this
needs to be heard, so please, one at a time.
Nah, Post Up, we ain't losing you, bro. We're not losing you. No.
Oh man, Juice out there. I might say you ain't no cop, Jay Reed.
Oh my god.
No, leave my juice alone.
I agree that games take time to be made. I've said that. Me and Pose said that. Shit takes time. But show me that the shit is actually happening. Right now, I don't know that the shit takes time because I don't know that it exists.
Absolutely. We don't even know if it's exists.
So you want to just come out tomorrow?
I'm not saying that they're not making games. He said they're making games.
Come out tomorrow.
I'm giving the man the benefit of the doubt. I'm saying, show me that these goddamn games exist.
Show me the money.
You want them to show you, but you don't want to wait to see.
I've been waiting.
I got a question for you.
Wait for like 3 years.
I got a question for you.
Right now, I'm gonna say right now, right this day, I know 3 things for sure. A, Xbox got 3 games coming out. 2, PlayStation got 7 games coming out. I don't give a fuck when they're coming out because I'm pretty sure.
I think it's like 10.
99% sure that Kojima's game ain't coming out till PlayStation 5 drop. I'm like 90% sure because that's how that motherfucker works. But I know it's coming.
This for months.
I know that bitch is
About
coming.
this for months though.
I know that bitch is coming.
In the water. In the water.
That's like 7 podcasts in a row, bro.
Be quiet.
Feel it's going to trouble the water.
Go, post up. Don't let
Hey, yo,
me tell you what to
hey,
do.
Juice, man. Hey, listen, ladies and gentlemen, man, if you enjoy the show today,
Hold on, no, this gotta continue.
hey,
This boy Juice
my man,
drinking
that's
the
going to
real.
whole eyes right now, man. I'm gonna say, you got to come back and fight another day.
Hey, that glass on his pig is for
look.
real.
I don't understand. I don't know with y'all, man.
But no, hey, listen, my man Juice is content, man. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people are, man. You know?
I will say that I've had a PlayStation dude tell me, wait for the game.
Y'all got
This is the thing, right? This is the thing, Juice, and I'm gonna leave it at this. We know that games are coming out. We know they have games being developed. We know this. This is a fact. We know this.
But you just
I
want
just
to
don't know
see
what the fuck
so
they
you can
are.
be like, oh, okay.
No, yeah. If I compare blow for blow, Sony to Xbox.
Juice on
Just blow for blow.
Juice on a serious note, I look at it like this.
I know 3 games coming out for each system, but I know that there are games coming out in the future for PlayStation. All these list wars.
Okay.
Look, they
So
all
you
provide
just want to be able to look good in the list wars and shit.
No, I want to be able to know that shit is happening.
Yeah,
I don't give
you
a fuck about
invested
these
in
list
that
wars.
You're invested in that ecosystem. Of course, you want to see what's
Right, I just want to know that shit is happening.
Juice,
I want
I
to
look
know
at
it
it
right
like
now.
this.
You're telling me stuff is happening, but that don't mean shit. Bill, we've been saying, as a politician, Bill talks a good game. Show me something.
Exactly.
Juice, I look at it like this. I'm cut from a cloth where, you start strong and you end strong. Okay. Now we know Sony didn't really start strong, but they're ending strong. And when you do that, people you more than likely remember more so the ending than you do the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So Microsoft started strong, but it's not about what you do in the beginning, it's how you finish the race. Because that's the last thing people remember when a person is crossing that finish line.
This is the problem. This is the problem Microsoft is having. Microsoft is playing catch up and falling behind. Like, they were behind on indies and all that shit that was quote unquote important at the beginning of this gen. They was putting out games. Then they decided to trace that trend because they was getting smashed, and now they're playing catch up but falling behind because everybody moved past that shit. That at the beginning nobody actually cared about. They just cared that Microsoft wasn't doing it, and Microsoft is now trying to catch a trend that's gone.
No, what I miss.
We did get $2, by the way.
Oh yeah,
we got $2.
You a loyal dude.
Chad made
We gotta give him that. He is loyal.
Giving you props, Juice.
Oh, we just got another 5?
Okay.
You said wait, by the
loyal for what? Hey, I don't know.
Wait, by
Back
then
then,
new
new
Xbox.
Xbox will be out.
I
don't know. I think the Scorpio got some legs on it.
It definitely does.
It got some legs. It's not even been the
Nobody
power of the Scorpio. Not even been utilized. It's only been utilized for enhancing
that's
games.
What we talking about.
We haven't had a title that's been built from the ground up for Scorpio, and it's going to be a while before you see that. So the Scorpio has some legs. Now, whether Microsoft want to go into a new generation, bring out Xbox 2, I mean, I wouldn't do it, because even if I don't think the disparity between the PS5 and what the Scorpio is capable of doing is going to be that huge or that big.
It won't be.
You know what I'm saying? So the Scorpio got some legs. It'll give Microsoft time to get the Xbox 2 right. So
it's not even that. The last generation was abnormally long, but in doing so, the profitability side of
this generation gonna be just as long.
Right, it is, and that's what I'm saying. The profitability side, they showed that I can still make this hardware for cheap going into the future, and games will continue to progress. They bought themselves an extra 4 years by putting out the mid-gen
play on an Xbox 2. That's the route they going. All the shit you got right now is gonna be able to go right to that Xbox.
You'll be able to play all of PS4 games on PS5.
They've already said that.
Yeah, no
game. Already said they're not doing generations anymore.
No gamer left behind and all.
I'm saying this right now. Every PS4 game will be able to be played on the PS5.
I know Forza Motorsport 7. I'm talking about a game that's being built for the X itself, not for the X and the Xbox One S. I'm talking about specifically for the X, because I'm pretty sure if the Forza team would have made Forza and didn't have to think about the S, it probably would have looked even better. Don't get me wrong, I'm not taking away from what they did to Forza Motorsport 7, because it's a beautiful game. But I'm talking about when the developers are able to create for the X and not have to worry about the S. That's when we'll really see what the box can do.
Okay. So that's not gonna happen till Xbox. That part's not gonna happen till the X becomes the base console as opposed to the upgrade.
Yep.
All right.
And it's gonna be a while.
Hey, yeah, all right, well. Listen,
fuck all the doom and gloom, Xbox fans. It's okay.
Shout out to Grace. $25 pieces.
Happy meals for everybody. That's
my man. Great.
Fuck all the doom
and gloom. I just want to thank Xbox Juice for all the laughs and entertainment.
Yes.
You are awesome, my brother. You are awesome.
Hey, man,
my sweet brother Noomsy.
My console, and I'm here to talk shit.
You can catch Xbox Juice doing charity work with Coffee Shop Phil at the latest Starbucks. Handing out Voodoo Vince t-shirts, extra media.
I mean, Miles, that's a low blow, bro.
Oh man.
Good night.
All right. Well, again, we got any questions from you? I take like 3 questions or 2 questions. We get the hell up out of here.
Yeah. Go ahead, drop them in the chat. Also, Omega, you don't shut your shot shooting ass up. Luca gone. Lou's still here. We know you about to send heart emojis and all that shit.
Oh no, you didn't go there.
Clean your keyboard, big O. Yeah, Juice was sipping some green Kool-Aid today. I think Juice put too much sugar in that green Kool-Aid.
My man Ant the Caster said, Z,
shout out to the finest, man. You know what I'm saying?
He got $5 in the chat. He said, Z, I think it's time to sign that PlayStation paperwork or risk waiting forever for games. Listen, man, I'm gonna say the words that came in. I'm gonna wait to E3. I ain't gonna wait to the game show.
Look, Z ain't playing nothing but Gears of War shit.
Right. Z got all these damn systems and all these capabilities. You don't play shit.
I mean, I play what I like. I ain't that on Sony I want to play right now, but I didn't really care for
You already got a PlayStation.
I'm in.
I gotta get the fuck out of here. Brian's he's going crazy. I'm out.
He's been testing out his thumb dexterity with his PlayStation 4 controller.
How much game time you got?
Yo, how y'all gonna battle on a show? Come on now, keep this in Twitter.
How much game time you got in Shadow of War?
Yo, other Zinc, man. Look, that's what we do, bro.
Yo, you another Zinc, y'all should link up because I think y'all sipping the same thing.
I wasn't holding down shit. I was not. Listen, I have no loyalty to any of these motherfucking companies. I play games wherever they are. And whoever has games that I'm interested in.
But she got an Xbox One X.
I have an Xbox One X and I have a PC and I'm getting a PlayStation. So
if you praise it Xbox, you cool to others. The minute you say something wrong about Xbox,
that shit wasn't working, so I returned that shit. I mean,
my man,
I sold my Xbox once before too.
Yo, my man Zink be like, man, Microsoft got $4 billion franchise. I don't give a fuck about Microsoft money, bro. He said they should a show, but $1 billion franchise. Them same 3 goddamn games. He's something else, Jake. There's the answer, Sway.
Oh my god.
But again, thank you everybody for rocking out with us. I don't see no more questions down there. Not everybody that been rocking out in super chat, I appreciate it. But yeah, man, I'm gonna give him to what's called, man. And then I'm gonna pull an Iron Wolf, a Pony Wolf out here, man.
Don't let Z fool y'all with all that bullshit.
Hey, listen, man, I'm gonna take my talents across the street.
If Xbox come out at
let him go.
Minecraft.
We're gonna have to put juice on
Minecraft. We gonna play Gears of War.
We're gonna have to put juice on BGST, bro.
I'm here standing up for my fellow Xbox brothers. I thought y'all
they support you. There's no power greater than that.
I like to stand on your own there, bro.
Hey, Juice was shooting for the top in his latest video, man. I was watching that, cracking up, man. He was gunning us all down, man.
Juice is on that Xbox Juice.
I wasn't gunning for nobody. I was just trying to stay.
Just happened to be lazy, Cody, and crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Juice be on that Jack Daniels before he joined these shows. He'll be on that Jack Daniels. He be on that juice for real.
Cody and crazy out here.
For real, man. But again, thank you all for rocking out with the show, man. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. I got a special live stream I'm gonna do tomorrow. We're gonna have some fun with it, I promise, man. As always, we out of here, man.
Next 7:20.